Ladies and gentlemen, Madame Monsieur, hello and welcome to the channel of Wargame. My name is Oliver, and today I'm gonna play some European Escalation. No, I'm not actually gonna play it. I'm actually gonna cast a replay. I haven't done it before, but I took a look at this replay, and it looked awesome, really action-packed, and I thought I'd show you a bit of that. It's the Super Penguins against PLF. PLF on native side, Super Penguins on packed side. And the only thing I'm gonna tell you is that this will be a really close match. About replay casts, I will do some replay casts there. I will mainly concentrate on live gameplay, but from time to time I will also be doing some replay casts, but only if they're really good. So if you have really good match, which you'll just see what this is, then please send it to me. Please do not send me the usual trash game you have every day. I'm not particularly interested in this, but this will be a great game, I can tell you that. Back to normal speed. I hope it isn't bugged. Sometimes it is. I'm taking a look at some of the NATO's deployments. What we see here is a whole lot of AMX-10 recon units and looks, and a whole awful lot of Sheridans and Fuchs. I think they are Heimatschützen and done. Quite unpopular choice, but still viable. Then both sides are doing the usual with on this map on Rivers of Blood, with a heavy force on the right and a heavy force in the middle and some infantry on the left. Really important sectors on this map are, for example, this hill. If you hold this, you can hold off Echo, as long as you keep your right flank secure, which is pretty easy considering the hedgerows on this side. Now first contact with helicopters. We see a lot of helicopters in this game. Some anti-air helicopters even on native side. Cobra's excellent choice against anti-helicopters there due to their superior minigun, as you can see here. And give me a second, it's just very... sounded just very loud. Okay, I'm back, sorry for that. And let's go on with the battle. We have some Tunguskis incoming here, shooting down the Cobras, and of course bugging into the land units as always. So the packed advance here gets to a hold, and now switching to packed view of the things, they are able to secure the forest on this side of the map, which is very bad for NATO, because taking this forest can be a real pain in the ass, to put it like that. A whole lot of infantry coming down here, VP-0 and some more VTRs with infantry loaded in them. Some suicide command in the middle. This pact has taken Juliet a lot earlier than NATO will take Foxtrot. NATO has not yet taken Foxtrot at all. Probably didn't have enough money for commands. I don't know why. Here down to you in the open fields, seriously. And oh, that was bad luck for NATO. Yeah, there it goes. That's 200 points for NATO, and it's still 680 to 560 points. Very close match so far. NATO coming in. We're on Delta with a Fuchs rush and some command units. Now trying to take on forward awful lot of infantry being out there is just too much for the NATO tanks. So even 3 Leopard 2A force in this match on the NATO side, very unpopular choice since the heavy tanks patch, got nerfed by the APM patch. Some Fusiliers running suicide here against an awful lot of packed units. Even in Zippo, don't see that too often these days. On the right side, not much has happened. Some occasional infantry action right here. Delta Force against Wizard Carry and Peter concurs. Nothing great. NATO will probably win this skirmish over there. Now coming in, heavy artillery support from NATO on this side, and this packed attack has to retreat right now, and NATO was able to retake Delta and even place a command in there, which was a bit risky there, but it paid off. Very heavy packed fortification right here, taking a look at the sat map. NATO is slowly taking the right side, while packed has a really good position on the left side of the map. NATO has still not taken Foxtrot, which is putting them at an economical disadvantage at the moment. Nobody has taken Hotel, unsurprisingly. Now NATO is slowly advancing into India with its infantry units over there. Let's take a look at the recon situation. Pretty good considering this is Wargame. They see a lot of the packed attack on the left side. Yes, some weakly set U. Yes, there are some. And now launching an attack on this forest, which is very important to hold on this map. And some Leopard 2A Force whiskey Cerberus. This is very risky, especially considering how a lot of conquerors sitting back there in the forest, and a lot of infantry sitting up there, and this hill is actually plugged in line of sight, so you can't shoot from here up there. You have to drive up there to shoot. Color spoken. Some more Leopard 2s. Seems like they were. Oh no, this Leopard 1s. This is just a cheap spammy vehicle. Bradley IF3 on suicide, making towers the command in Juliet, which is just at the moment moving. On the other side of the map we have an occasional fix rush. Let's see how this is gonna pin out for the Pacts. Because we set here Elite T infantry. I actually got this replay at the MTP34. Many thanks for that, because it is an awesome replay. Pacts. NATO is still not unloading its infantry for some reason I don't understand. Now a heavy armoured assault on the mid by NATO in the attempt to take Juliet and deny packed economical advantage right here. If our towers are the best, well, offensive units, I don't know. I wouldn't say so, but well, who knows. What happens in the mind of PLF? Nobody knows that actually. Some anti-air helicopters sneaking around the sides. Nothing much. They are a bit cold on this map. And some Leopard 2A Force whiskey Cerberus. This is very risky, especially considering how a lot of conquerors sitting back there in the forest, and a lot of infantry sitting up there, and this hill is actually plugged in line of sight, so you can't shoot from here up there. You have to drive up there to shoot. Color spoken. Some more Leopard 2s. Seems like they were. Oh no, this Leopard 1s. This is just a cheap spammy vehicle. Bradley IF3 on suicide, making towers the command in Juliet, which is just at the moment moving. On the other side of the map we have an occasional fix rush. Let's see how this is gonna pin out for the Pacts. Because we set here Elite T infantry. I actually got this replay at the MTP34. Many thanks for that, because it is an awesome replay. Pacts. NATO is still not unloading its infantry for some reason I don't understand. Now a heavy armoured assault on the mid by NATO in the attempt to take Juliet and deny packed economical advantage right here. If our towers are the best, well, offensive units, I don't know. I wouldn't say so, but well, who knows. What happens in the mind of PLF? Nobody knows that actually. Some anti-air helicopters sneaking around the sides. Nothing much. They are a bit fortified positions on the right side. Some hammer shoots in attack, or better say, spam on if they attempt to take this hill. Let's see if they succeed. I'm sorry for that little disturbance. I'm back. So What we have right now is an attack on this command vehicle in Juliet. NATO has now taken Foxtrot to get the economical advantage back, and is launching an attack on the heavily defended sector of India with a whole shitload of infantry and tanks and anti-air in it. So if they're gonna take this sector, it's gonna be hard work for them. Especially with all those artillery cannons just pounding the shelter from us. And now to take shelters on, they are dead. Switching over to NATO view of the things. I'm trying to do this as often as possible, just for the sake of variety. NATO has just positioned some Germans here and is now slowly proceeding forward onto this hill with their hammer troops, which are, I'm just going to show you, shitty infantry unit. Plus 5 points, plus transport, and can do absolutely nothing. Not good at anti-inf, not good at anti-tank, not good at anti-tank. I don't get the point of them really, except for them being spam units basically. NATO has now more or less taken Juliet, except for this little forest where the command unit is located in, which is quite funny considering what NATO has here and what Pact has here. This is a beard yam and some bad infantry. But there's a typo coming. They are more or less worthless after the last patch. But in certain circumstances they can be used to an extent. NATO attack on India has unsurprisingly been defeated, but looking on the sat map, NATO is taking a little bit of map control back, especially considering that they're just launching into Juliet with a whole load of troops. But those 50 motors directly in this forest is gonna pose a serious threat if they don't relocate their RT to here. I'm really wondering why they don't do this, because they have 3 AMX all fronts back there. Let's see if they will just fire on this first. It would be the smartest thing to do. They're now encircling them with infantry, and the command unit is now forced to move as the Fusiliers move close to it. Now Pact is of course calling reinforcements in to protect their command vehicle with 3 MIIT rocket pod helicopters, which is enormously good against this NATO troops because there is no anti-air anywhere. Oh, there's a trap wall back there, but it's out of range and doesn't have a line of sight because it's in the forest. Some sailors incoming, so Pact is desperately trying to hold this forest with the command unit located in it. Because as soon as they drive the command unit out of this forest, which they're just doing, those Leopard 2A force are gonna have a line of sight on it and destroy it. Points 3,200 to 3,100 for NATO. This is absolutely nothing. MIIT is now being shot down by the, of course, max rated Chaparral. One still lives, but it's out of ammo. Now, even more pressure per NATO with Fusiliers and the BRDM2 command unit flees into this, whatever it is, round patch though. Being chased by some Spartans which have incredible off-road capabilities, 95 km/h. It's a tracked vehicle, so it's really fast in off-roads use. Nothing much on this side. The front really, well, came to a halt here. Some peekaboo games by the NATO on India, but they're taking Juliet. Juliet is out of control of the Pact right now, giving NATO an economical advantage because they now hold Foxtrot, the 5-point sector on this map. While Pact doesn't have a single 5-point sector. Oh, the Leopard 2, it's way too close to the infantry. Oh, there is. Way too close. Only 1 hit point left. If it survives that, no it doesn't. That's 140 points for the enemy. Typical flamethrower unit now arriving on the scene, being shot at by the anti-tank weapons of the motor stroke, and there it goes down. So, where did the command go? Did they just lose the command? I think they just lost the command and I missed it. Oh shit. Shouldn't have missed it. Never mind, that's 200 points for NATO. It's 3,900 to 3,894. That's a difference of like 5 points for NATO at the moment. Now NATO is gaining a little bit, but Pact is really making some pressure on Juliet in order to take it back, which was very, very important for Pact. And now changing back to this forest, this hill around here. The Heimatschützen have fortified themselves in this part of the forest, while Pact is still on top of the hill, which puts them at a very large economical advantage. AMX off one piece of artillery back here, and a DJTU back here. Very helicopter and heavy tanks heavy game this is indeed. Some occasional half-hearted attacks by Pact, but they won't break this defensive line, neither will NATO do. They have their artillery split it really beautifully. NATO also has some artillery back there just spraying on India with no much effect. A cheap command, very unpopular choice. I wouldn't say bad choice, but it's at least an unpopular choice. 3 reactors against the Reserve Mars, but I don't think 3 are elite infantry with an HAE of 3. No, 2, I'm sorry. But still they won't stand the chance against this vast load of chasseurs from Mars coming down there. Yeah, but I said that just got smashed, which means that NATO now has a bridgehead in India with this forest. Yeah, push, you should indeed. Yeah, it seems like the fronts are now going to harden up. Pact has retaken the right side of Juliet. There sadly isn't any bridge, unlike in Foxtrot where there is one. So they won't be able to take the left side, but as long as they can protect this here, they will be able to position command in it and get the 5 points back, unless it's pounded by artillery, which it is at the moment, which is destroying the infantry in there. The map is the only one with real 3D hills, those two here. So it's a very interesting map. And another thing, Wargame World Cup has been announced today, with the main prize being $1,250, ladies and gentlemen, $1,250. So head over to the official Wargame forums and sign in for the one-on-one tournament. What else? Oh yes, they also gave us another screenshot of the full DLC, which shows a very, very hilly map. Which will be a new map, obviously. Go over to the official Wargame forums and into the news section, you will get a screenshot of that. Now changing over to side view, see nothing much has happened right now. There is something moving on this side, probably an attack. Now just a lot of AGMs being positioned here in order to hold off a possible packet ram attack, if there ever will be one. NATO command just retreated for some reason. On this side, some peekaboo games with infantry, they're still there. Some people said here, weakening infantry being positioned over there, but the Kiowa is probably gonna take care of that. Yeah, it's yes. This is carrying win against the Reserve Alliance, and yeah, wouldn't run up their little facilities. Yeah, exactly for that reason. There is some heavy artillery on this NATO position, which is a very good position because there's auto launches are all out of ammo and are all not good, are all unarmored, so some artillery will do wonders against them. Same goes for the Panzergrenadiers, AGTM infantry units. yeah. So some really decent action right here. It's 4,600 to 4,400 points for NATO right now, and I will split this replay into 2 parts, being split at 20 out of 40 minutes, just because it's easier for me to cast and easier for you to watch, which means that it will make an interesting match. I'm really looking forward to see how this one will end. I'm not sure yet. MTP34 has not told me the result, which is very good because I enjoy watching them myself. But yeah, if I know the result, it's a bit boring. So please, if you send me replies on the forums, please don't give me the result. Just say how long it is and tell me if it was an interesting match. Some NATO, some more half-hearted NATO infantry attack right here. There's not a whole lot of infantry in there, but still, I don't think a squad of facilities will be enough to clear up those. I don't think so. So, especially with those sailors being sitting back there, then VGM2 Concours anti-tank missiles probably being able to defend if anything comes down this road or this road. So NATO at the moment has the map control a little bit tilted to its side, because especially the left side is in NATO's hand. That Pax has retreated from this hill, it seems, or has been pulled off this hill, which I wouldn't have done because it's a really important strategic position. Because that you moving over the open field right into Foxtrot, probably to weaken Foxtrot. I would position them in this hitch row, yes, good decision, but don't, yeah, leave them there, yeah, good guy. So, still some of the skirmishes in Sector Juliet with no real effects, other than some distraction, really. But yeah, I wouldn't have moved those infantry units out of the forest because there are some tanks back there shredding the infantry as soon as it's out of the forest. Some artillery fighting. Oh, and they move up their infantry units out of the VZ Union to wipe it out and prevent a correctly shot artillery strike on their sector. Very smart move, Ferris. So there's a command unit moving. I'm wondering where this one will move. NATO in the lead by 400 points right now, which is probably the biggest difference we've ever seen in this game so far. Let's see if they can hold this advantage. Yeah, 7 is actually indeed be very good, especially as this side of the sector is practically undefended, and there is a command practically undefended in Foxtrot. So a little armored advance like this would be enough to wipe out whole NATO forces on this side and strike right into Alpha or right into Gulf, because there is really not much of NATO forces on this side of the map. But of course, Pact can't know that. Indeed, in fact, they don't know anything at the moment, except that there are some very annoying Floridians. Other than that, no, they don't know anything, which is very typical for Wargame. But if I were them, I'd probably try pushing through here. They retook Juliet, not sure if this is a good idea, because it's still heavily infiltrated by NATO, and they know where the command has to be, so they can just shell this with artillery, and yeah. It's to count this back to 5,400 to 5,200 points for NATO, and I'm gonna pause this replay right here. Thank you for watching this part of the replay cast. I hope you enjoyed it so far. The second part is about to come soon, I promise you. And let's see how this very interesting match will end. And as always, please feel free to rate, comment, and of course subscribe. You're welcome.